Okay, squad. The people need help for their final trades. Two trades remaining, 25 in the bank. If I pop it out here as Preston and Moses that we're going to get rid of, we currently also have Payne Haas out this week and also Connolly Lemuelu. So those two guys we're definitely going to hold because they're going to be back next week, especially Haas, obviously, and likely Lem if he's fine with his concussion work there. We also have Tafade, who's out this week, but could potentially come back at some point. So I think we'll hold on to him. Moses is going to be out for the year. Preston could come back for the last round, but I think it's probably a good idea to try and maximize our points this week. And we are in a do or die head-to-head in the Community Cup. So, yeah, very important to get a really good squad together for this one here. I did make the changes and move Tohu Harris into the midsection, Ruben Garrick into the centres. So right now, we have that full 13 and looks really, really strong, which is great. And then it's our interchange at the moment. And if we were to hold the guys as they are, we have Hines, Dan Russell, and Harrison Graham that we could play in our interchange. And it's likely that we're going to be at least looping one of them, which is going to be really, really cool. So what do we think, guys? We have 1.415 in the bank. So about 700k between two players. And if you're looking at the squad right now, so as I said, we've got the 13 covered. We then have an extra for edge. We have an extra for mid, obviously with Payne there, and when he comes back, which is cool. We also have another extra for edge / the center position with Lemuelu, who'll be back next week. We've got cover in the hooking position, and so that really means we only really are needing potentially wing fullback. But with the squad currently set up in our centers, yeah, we can move a Garrick or a Manu down very easily as well. So we basically have cover for every position. The question now remains as to, who are we looking to target? Are we going to go right up top and get one of these top guns in like a Tino, an Isaiah Yo, an AFB, these types of players? Do we go for a bit of a 1 week play here with Latrell, considering we have Murray as well? Might not be the best kind of idea there. What do you guys think? We could go up top with one of those guys and then potentially go. We've obviously got Graham, we've got Russell, so maybe it's like Jesse Ramian at 589. So we could go a Top Gun in the 800s with a Jesse Ramian. We could go for a bit of an interesting center combination with Gagai, and then also that would leave us with what, 712, 713, and we can't go any of these top-notch guys there. We just miss out on Latrell. If we went for Gags, Damien Cook's in there, wouldn't be ideal. Yeah, you got Isaiah Papali'i. We've got Frizzell. Could be an interesting option there as well. Cam McInnes is the other one. So if we want to go 798 with Cam, let's have a little bit of a play with that one and muck that around there. That would leave 617k. So McInnes there with Ramian could work. McInnes with Adam Elliott could work interestingly as well, I believe, at 589. So there are a couple of different options there. Let me know what you guys think. That obviously give us plenty of like a lot of mid cover. Do we need that? Is it better to get, another center in Ramian? But most likely that we would see Elliott have a better game here, or more consistent for the last 3 rounds anyway. Let me know your thoughts. I popped it into the Discord chat there. Scoop hasn't been able to do it today, so I've just popped it in there. I thought I'd mention it in the chat here, and we'll let if you guys ask there, we'll let you know in the people squad little spot in the Discord as to what we do decide to do in this one, and then we'll obviously be looping a couple of guys there. Sorry, let me fix that up there. Let's see who's playing first. So when did the Dragons play? They're mid tier. Okay, so Russell could be a guy that we do slot in as a secondary option there. We got Graham playing earlier, so good chance that Graham ends up in our loop slot. We can decide what we want to do with, obviously our 4th interchange basically in that one there, because it'll be looping between likely Russell, Graham would be the 2 there, and if we did decide to go like a Ramian, we'd put Ramian in the 5 slot, and we can make our decision on what we want to do there, and if that goes well, then we could slot a Garrick or a Manu into the wing fullback slot for Karaz, or we can change a few things around there. I believe would be able to work, with Valance being an easy guy to pop into the wing fullback or center slot to straight loop as well. So that's the squad there for the people. Let me know your thoughts on that one. And finishing things off, we're going to my squad there, and what we're looking at is obviously our last trade and if we want to use it or not. So I've popped it in there for now just to show you what it would look like if I went Brendan Hands to Harrison Graham. And it leaves us with 174k in the bank, which is actually pretty sad, to be honest. How that's ended up that we have so much cash in the bank. But it does look like he's probably the clear best option for my side, given it allows me to have some hooking cover there. The reason I would pick this up, I think that what I'm going to do here is actually just wait until that first couple of games are done. There's a good chance that, in this first game here, the best player, as I said, with Valance is there, we could slot him in the wing fullback slot, and we could easily loop Drinkwater for this first game. We pop him in the 5 or 6, and if things go really well, then clearly we just pop Valance into that center or that wing fullback slot, which means we wouldn't have to play Penasini, and I think that is the goal at the moment. And you see right here now we have our 4 interchanges set. Max King is in that 4th slot. We obviously wouldn't like to clearly play him, and that's kind of the main issue at the moment is how we're going to do this loop, because the Dogs play last, and he would be my last decision there. That my main issue is the fact that the Eels actually play just before the Dolphins, obviously the end of that Friday night game, and I would have to trade Hands to Graham first, but I would love to see what score Penasini puts up there, as to if I actually have to make that decision this week, or I can hold off and keep that last trade until next week. Let me know if that makes sense. Obviously, let me know if what you'd be doing in that scenario, in that situation, as to if that's a good decision or not. Because at the moment, I'm not exactly sure. I don't think it's gonna bite me in the ass either way if I do make the trade or if I decide to hold off. Because if I am holding off this week, Brendan Hands will go down some further cash. Graham will go up a fair bit, but I do have 174k that if everything goes right and Graham gets the minutes that we think of, that we think he's going to get, there's obviously a chance that he doesn't as well. Or if he gets injured or something like that, then I do lose that extra guy, where I could wait that one extra week. Considering this week I have 18 available players, I have coverage in every position. I don't have any Broncos players, so having a Haas or a Carrigan or a Walsh would make that tough, and any of those further injuries to the Tanner Boyds and the like that people are suffering. So yeah, that 17th man is my only kind of concern at this point. To be honest, if I don't go ahead with the trade, easiest thing to do, as I said, is probably to loop Drinkwater tonight, and I would have a secondary loop because I have Colquhoun and then Tafade. I could have Jesse in that fourth slot there. Penasini could easily just sit in the 5, given he's my earliest player that I'll have to make a decision on. If Penasini goes well, then we won't have to play King, and at that point it wouldn't be worth doing the trade, even though I couldn't anyway. I suppose I get 2 bites at it, and that's pretty much the only position I'm worried about is the Penasini and King 17th man scenario. So looking at it like that, it's probably worth it that I think one of them can score somewhere near that 40, and hopefully it is Penasini against the Roosters. But I think that's a pretty tough edge up against Billy Smith without Moses on his side. But we know that he can get into the high 50s, and then he has these low games in the 18. So at least either way, I won't have to play him straight out. If he does go really low, I think we should be able to get a 40 plus out of King this week, and hopefully some bigger minutes now that last week is in the books for him and he had that 42 low mins, and sounds like he was a little bit sick, so hopefully he's better. He gets more minutes there. I doubt that Tavita's going to be playing big minutes. Luke Thompson and the like there, so hopefully it is for King in that scenario in that last game against the Raiders there on the Sunday afternoon. Let me know your thoughts on what you think I should do, if I should hold on to that last trade and leaving myself with the one with 2 weeks to go, or using that last one and rounding us out for the rest of the year. I wish you all the best of luck with your trades, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.